Welcome back to the Smoke Break JBR. It is your host, Josh. I'm also here with Brandon, but Brandon's a little sick right now, so he'll chime in here or there.
Hey guys, I'm
So-
here. I'm still here.
So pretty much this will be me. Brandon will chime in with some information here or there. Think of it more of like Joe Rogan and Jamie right now. Brandon's just recovering. He's going to be more on the tech side right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we're back. It's 2019. We have a brand new show. We got a lot of plans coming up for the podcast, and it's definitely gonna be interesting, right, Brandon? Just as if you can speak.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely interesting. New year, new challenges,
New adventure, man. New
everything
challenges
new
for the
coming
podcast.
in.
It's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah.
Once again, I would like to thank Ed from Exclusive Vape Burbank. Come on down if you need any of your vaping stuff. Great shop. Love this place. But let's jump into it today. So pretty much over the break, we saw a small poster for Stranger Things Season 4.
It's 4?
Season 4.
I thought it was 3.
No, it's season... Oh, is it Season 3?
Yeah,
Season 3.
season three.
Season 3, my
Ah.
bad. Season 3. Season 3 of Stranger Things, which comes out in July. Super excited about this.
I still haven't seen the trailer, but I'm definitely gonna be.
It's
doing
more of a
that.
poster. It's just a poster.
Oh no, they actually did release a
Oh,
trailer.
it's a trailer? When did it come out?
I think like yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, I
It's
need
on
to watch that
YouTube,
trailer.
guys. It's
I
on
need to watch
YouTube.
it. But very excited. Cannot wait for that. I've been waiting way too long for this show. Way too long. There's a lot of questions we have. And I'm honestly one of my favorite shows ever produced on Netflix. I think it's a great show. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I will never spoil that show for anybody. But Season 3 coming out, big news. Huge news for anyone who likes that show. Honestly, excited. Can't wait to see what 11 can do. Can't wait to see what the story goes. And it's going to be interesting what happens because apparently, I don't know if you can look this up, but apparently the older brother of the kid who disappears into the Upside Down, the older brother actually might not be on the show, and that's why it was so delayed. Because I think, I'm going to look this up right now, but that kid actually got caught transporting drugs from like one country to another.
What?
And like cocaine or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, and got busted and is no longer on the show. For good reason, I feel, because, you know, who gets caught transporting coke as a famous actor from one country to America?
Yeah.
Not make sense. Like how, like you have so much on the line, you're just gonna throw away your career, but that's besides the point. But other than that, very excited about that.
I can't find anything
Can't
right
find
now.
anything, so don't quote me on that. We don't do a lot of research. We do as much research as we can. But over that break as well, while we were gone, the new trailer of Us came out. The new Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah. Holy cannoli.
This movie looks fascinating. And how fucked up is Jordan Peele, honestly? What is going on in that guy's brain?
I mean, like, I'd say that he's probably the next, who'd I say?
Stephen King?
Yeah, he's been, with his debut film, it was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Get Out.
Amazing.
Probably one of the best. And I call it a dark comedy. I have to call it a dark comedy because
Okay.
it's just, there's a lot of humor in that movie.
Mhm.
Almost, I wouldn't say too much, but it's like more humorous than any horror movie
Mm-hmm.
or any thriller. So I say dark comedy, but phenomenal breakout movie.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are like it. On Metacritic, it's got an 84. This is
Mhm.
Get Out. So, I mean, like, on IMDb, it's got 7.5 stars out of
Mhm.
10. So, just seeing the way that the people reacted and experienced that movie kind of really shows how well the next one's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And just from the trailer, it looks...
The trailer alone is just so fascinating. There's so many questions with barely any answers, and it's so nice.
Mhm.
Because you do get, I'm not going to give away the trailer for anyone who wants to see it, watch it. It's Us, the U.S. trailer. I know that's hard to kind of figure out, but it's just called Us.
Yep.
Very short name. But in the trailer, you kind of get an answer to one thing, but then you're left in this giant mystery of what the hell is happening in this movie. But the thing I want to touch on about Jordan Peele is I'm not surprised at the fact of how insane this guy is for movies and how dark this guy can get. If you ever watched Key and Peele, there's a couple sketches there that got really dark. Like really, really dark. Like there's
I did watch Key and Peele a little bit.
Mhm.
I never really followed it that much.
There's
but
a
I have
sketch
heard.
in there with where he's trying to mimic Forrest Whitaker.
Uh-huh.
So, and it's like Forrest Whitaker as a kid, as a baby. So Forrest Whitaker comes in with that, it's him superimposed onto a baby's body.
Yeah.
Like a toddler's body. And it's him, and you know how Forrest Whitaker is that very intimidating, like, character, everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So he comes
for
in,
sure.
he's like, I'm going to need some milk. I'm going to need this. And the tone is really dark. And there's another one where it's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. And he's like, what do you want as your last wish? And it gets like really dark. He's like, I want to poison a water reservoir. So it's like, it's one of those things, like, I'm not really surprised at how dark this guy can be. It's just now everyone kind of believes him. It's like, all right, go for it, dude.
I guess it's like
Great
taking.
movies.
He's one of those few characters that are finally starting to really explore the really messed up part of the human psyche
Mm-hmm.
and putting it into a way that people can still reasonably consume it without being too freaked out. But I think Us is going to be one of the first that really riles up a lot
It's
of people.
definitely going to be one that, like, I hope. We're speaking highly of it with anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope it's one of those movies that goes, you leave it going, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? There's no better, like, Inception. Like, that's some of the best movies, in my opinion, are the ones that leave you going, what the hell just happened?
They keep you thinking
Exactly,
and
like-
make you really think about what's going on.
And honestly, with Get Out, it was just every single scene set up for an amazing scenario. And everything just fits so well. Everything flows so well. You felt the suspense. You felt the scaredness, the fear in his eyes and everything. It was a very, very well written movie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm really hoping, and I'm expecting a lot from this movie, but I'm hoping it's going to be even better.
Mhm.
Even in the trailer, it gave me the chills.
Oh,
Like, it
yeah.
freaked me out with certain
I'm
characters.
like just looking at the screenshots that are available on IMDb. It's like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, it's intense.
It's heavy. It's
It's
some heavy
intense.
imagery.
Mhm.
You know, the way that the actresses are angling their faces to kind of give you this really
Oh, yeah.
ominous.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
honestly
whoa.
the first thing. As someone who likes the film industry and movies and production, that's the first thing I noticed
Mm-hmm.
was how well he used the lighting. You know what I mean? And how well he lit all the actors and actresses very well. Because honestly, if you haven't seen Get Out or seen a lot of his sketches, of like predominantly black cast, as we know, and it's really hard to light darker skinned people. It's very hard, and the fact they got it that way and used the lighting so well, even in the trailer, the lighting is so well done. Like, I'm hooked. I'm really hooked. Just if
It's-
you can use lighting to show true fear in someone's face, amazing. Amazing.
It's one of the few instances where it's lighting itself is such a massive component in the way that the story is told that a lot of people don't really realize it until you compare it to another movie that's maybe similar in horror but lit differently.
Oh, yeah.
You can definitely tell the big changes in how the lighting itself can affect the way that the movie is interpreted, for sure.
And he's definitely made the horror thriller genre more exciting. Because for a while there, it was very, like, slasher, gore movie,
Yeah.
Hostel, and stuff. I take that back, because the first Saw movie, yeah, it was gross, but it was very suspenseful. And it built up...
Well, the first Saw wasn't about the gore and what's going on.
No,
This
it was about the fucking jigsaw.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's going on? How do we get into this situation? What do we need to do to get ourselves out? It was following this step-by-step, like, crazy psychotic puzzle. And then every movie that followed kind of just devolved from being this puzzle and making you think to just, oh, here's scary imagery or, people dying. And it's kind of what it's become now. And then for Mr. Peele to kind of come into the industry from comedy of all places.
Exactly.
And
Oh, yeah.
get this massive torch and just light the whole horror
would say,
industry on fire. It's like,
Comics
whoa.
are, like, some of the darkest people ever, and evidently you can fucking see that here. Like, come on, like, who thinks of this shit? Like, it's so
It's like,
dark.
think about the Machine story of Burt Kreischer. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But if you really think about it, he learned Russian by joining the Russian mob.
That's fucking insane.
What?
That's so insane.
A frat boy from Florida State joins the Russian mafia
In the summer.
and just goes with it. Like, what? Are you in?
If you haven't seen that, if you haven't heard that bit,
Oh, it's great.
probably one of my favorite bits. Next to the whale bit he has.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it's
Secret time, secret time.
Secret Time.
How's it going, too?
But us, very excited for. Very,
Looks
very
real
excited.
good.
And then along that time, we got the Game of Thrones minor teaser trailer.
What a teaser.
What a teaser.
What a serious.
What a fucking. That was like a slap in the mouth almost.
It's like, hey,
yeah, by the way,
hey,
in April.
don't forget, we got a Game of Thrones. We're like, we know, we haven't
We've
forgotten.
been waiting 2 years. Of course we know.
Yeah.
We have been waiting on pins and fucking needles for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think we know when the day is coming? We all know when the day is coming. Winter has come, and we are still waiting for this bitch to hit.
Yeah. I'm like, it's pretty cold out.
It's actually pretty cold out.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold.
Honestly, I can't believe it's cold.
Oh yeah, I'm not, and especially that it's been windy, the wind chill factor just pushing it down to like
Hands, I haven't had my hands be this cold in so long.
this morning, or I think it was yesterday morning, like around 6 in the morning.
Oh, freezing.
It was hitting, I think, on a real feel, like about 27, 26. Yeah. So it's been freezing cold these last few days.
So I can only imagine what it is in winter.
Oh no. Oh.
Having to deal with White Walkers and terrible clean and
Just
just
snowman.
ice dragons.
He's just snowman.
You know, just crazy snowman. But that trailer was it was a slap in the mouth, honestly.
I mean, like, I get that they want to leave like a little something there for people to continue wanting to it, but it's like, dude, you're gonna tire us out.
Oh, yeah.
We get it. It's coming soon. Give us an actual trailer, please.
Dude, honestly, at this point, I don't even want a trailer. I just want the fucking show.
Yeah.
I want the show.
Yeah,
I want to watch it.
it's like Rick and Morty season 4. What is it? Justin said the more times you ask for it, the longer it's gonna take.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Say-
That's the worst thing he can do, but it's so fair because he's the creator.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're gonna hold us hostage.
I mean, like, I don't mind it too much because we've gotten so much great content from the first 3 seasons of Rick. So it's like, hey, you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna wait for it. He can continue working on it. He can really push out and take the time to
make
make.
Seasons. There's so many people like we can quote it basically.
Yeah.
Like we can quote it.
There's so many.
With 3 seasons, we're already hooked into that show. So I understand it takes a long time. I'm just hoping to get more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the 12 episodes, I get it. It's awesome. Fuck, dude.
We need more.
Can you give us at least? I know it's a lot to ask, but can you give us 24 fucking?
That's the problem though. If we ask for more, it's gonna take longer.
I know.
So it's like, okay,
Double-edged sword from
we want to get as much of this amazing show that he's brought us, but at the same time, we're cutting ourselves short because we have to wait even longer.
I know. It's so bad, dude. It's so annoying, but honestly, we get good content out of it.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones, it's been 2 years. I think we've waited long enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's finally time that the story comes to an end. It's going to be kind of weird to see how Game of Thrones, the show, ends and compare it to how once people read it.
Yep, how that ends.
The actual book series ends.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Is that the book's not even done. So this is all kind of just going off the dome.
They were waiting, but they're like, hey, you know what?
But Martin takes way too long.
Takes forever. Like, come on, man. You
Like,
need
I
to,
get it. You have to make a good story, but now you got us all watching it. Let's speed this
pick
up.
it up. I mean, like,
Let's speed this up, man.
For all its faults, in Twilight, I think it was the first movie, it actually had.
Have you seen Twilight?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've
What?
also read them.
Okay, hold on. Explain. Why have you seen Twilight?
Well, because it's a movie.
Okay.
And I read it because it's a book.
Really?
That's the only.
Plain and simple.
Just simple.
Just decided to read it.
People are like, "Hey, it's Twilight." I'm like, "Okay, I'll read it." And I read it. I'm like, "It's all right." I mean, it's not great.
Sparkling vampires, man.
It's more about the way that people interact with each other that I look at it, but I don't rate it highly. It's an average.
On a scale of 1 to just dog shit.
1 to 10, it's like a strong 4.
Damn, really?
And like, it's not the best. It's not like.
It's not Harry Potter.
Oh God, no.
It's not Harry
Oh no, not even
I'm
close.
not even a fan of Harry Potter, but I read some of the books.
I read all the Harry Potter books. They're really.
Dude, the thing is, I never could get into it. Like, I read the first book because everyone read the first book. Like, all right, I'll read the second one. And like, I kind of got it. It was fine.
It starts off really, and once you look at the whole series as an entirety, it starts off kind of soft, and then it gets darker.
You want to piss off every like nerd out there right now?
What?
Harry Potter can't be Luke Skywalker.
I don't
We
care.
don't know that.
That's fine. It's
don't know that.
separate universes, so it's fine. It doesn't matter
No,
really.
I had a huge debate with somebody. He's like, you know, Harry Potter can beat Luke Skywalker, right?
You know
No.
who can beat both
No,
of
you
them?
can't.
Goku, Naruto. What about
very
him?
much so.
Can he fuck them up too?
Yeah. But I never could get into those books, man. I really tried. I really or did you read Goblet of Fire? Like, no, I did not.
So the way I see it, it starts off like pretty softy. You know, the first one you're still a kid, but as time progresses, the stories do get darker.
Yeah.
And in the film form, it's definitely does start off very soft as well. But episode 3, or the Chambers, no, it was Prisoner of Azkaban. There's like a major shift in the way that huge tone shift. So if you just to like watch them over again and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch it through as a whole thing, as a kid growing up, eventually having to take control of what he has to do.
I like the movies. The movies are very good. I'll never hate on it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes.
Wizards and wizardry just. But the thing is, I'll watch Lord of the Rings and be fine with it.
Well, I think because it's a different type of high fantasy. The whole different type. Because Lord of the Rings is like the godfather of high fantasy in general. And then you got Harry Potter, which kind of took some essences from that, like goblins and who's nots and magic, and just made it more
the bare essentials.
And then made it more accessible, accessible to the average person, because it's like, oh, there's wizards and witches, but they're like regular people.
Yeah, I could never, even like as I got older, I just could never get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's all right. Get it.
So with the whole Twilight and all that, it's like, you know what, it's an okay movie. I'm gonna let it be on its own. I'm not gonna praise it highly. I just read it because it's a book. Same thing. And the movie, it's just a movie. Like, the movies were pretty
So you caught
garbage.
the tail end of that movie we were watching earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So earlier today, we were watching, what is it called? It's a very cheap, bad movie.
Seven Vampires?
Yeah, 7 Golden Vampires.
There you go.
There we go. 7 Golden Vampires. It's a cringy movie. It's so bad.
Is that like
such a bad kung
is that a
fu movie.
C movie? Not a B movie.
Dude,
a
this
C
is
movie?
like a hard D, but it goes to a C+ because it's Grand Moff Tarkin in it as fucking Van Helsing.
Oh man.
Come on. And apparently he's been in so many of those like roles as not Grand Moff Tarkin, as like Van Helsing in movies. It's ridiculous.
We got Julio Zamora.
Oh shit! It's Julio.
My Hero Academia, though.
What about it?
Yeah, what about it?
What about it? The movie, the show. What about it, man? The character development.
You gotta be a little specific, though.
Come on here, man.
You
can talk about My Hero Academia all day. I know. Have you watched it?
Of course.
Okay. I can talk about that shit all fucking day. Okay. But there's a lot of people who haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's still a relatively fresh.
We're getting season 4 soon.
Yeah, I mean, like in the whole
wait.
grand scheme of animes, it's still relatively fresh.
It's still very new. The thing is,
season 2 of One Punch. The trailer just dropped a couple days ago.
I haven't seen it yet. One Punch, really?
One Punch.
Man.
So we got My Hero Academia bringing us the kick-ass already fighting in action, and then we got One Punch coming in with that second punch. Dude, what?
I know, right?
Dude.
Oh, shit. One Punch Man is probably one of my favorite ones. That's one that you can, me personally, I can only watch that one subbed. It's better subbed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's much better subbed, in my opinion. The dub is like, it's very Americanized, I feel. And I'm like, all right, now I'm good.
Yeah.
Solid.
I mean, like, personally, when it comes to anime, I prefer watching it subbed first.
Yeah.
And then if it's, like, really good, then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot.
Shot and dub.
Yeah.
For me, personally, it just, when I watch certain ones subbed, I think we've had this conversation. Like, I watch Dragon Ball Super in sub because that's really what it is right now when it comes to the Tournament of Power. I don't like it because Goku sounds like shit. You know what I mean? Just, I can't do it. I can't do that for 4 fucking hours. But I watched it, and it's fine. But when you watch the English dub, and you see certain characters like Topo and Jiren, and certain ones that sound really dope in the sub, and then sound terrible in the dub. Terrible in the dub. So I started watching the tournament, basically was getting into the Tournament of Power. But now Topo is speaking. Like, now we can actually hear his voice. And the anime, in the original sub, he has a really deep, powerful voice. You know what I mean? It's justice.
Yeah.
Really good. In this one, it's like, okay, it's like watered down, like sounding like justice. It's like Superman almost. Like, oh no. Like, how are you not gonna give him this deep voice, this fucking powerful voice, and you give him this, Superman voice now?
Yeah.
So that's where I get lost in it.
Julio says, you guys were talking about anime for a sec. Well, we're talking about it for a minute
We've
now.
been talking about it for a minute, son. We can always talk about anime.
Yeah, you got so many good shows coming in.
Anime.
Oh.
But the thing is, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
What was I saying? What was I saying?
The subbed and dub version.
Oh, yeah. It's just, for certain characters, it just loses me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, they put in so much time and effort to find a really good actor or actress, for, let's say, Goku or even Naruto, but then they lose all the possibility or all the oomph that the original had, for other characters. Because, like, you know what? He's not going to be there for too long. He's not a main character. So it's like, you know what? Just we're going to get somebody who's a little bit newer to the whole industry or a little bit newer in being a voice actor. So we're going to give them a chance.
And it's like, I understand you're giving someone a chance, but can you get someone with, like, a close to voice? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a lot of these, not necessarily putting shade on the actors themselves, but it's the casters, the people who are actually casting the roles.
Because you get a chance as someone who gets to dub this anime and find English-speaking actors to dub it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, don't you want to get a voice that's somewhat close to it, to the original? Not, all right, then that's whatever. Like, no, this will work. Just try a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll throw it out there.
It's like if you have somebody who is not Jiren, it's the guy with the mustache.
Topo.
Yeah, he's got the super tough voice that when you listen to like old school Japanese like recordings, he's like a shogun or somebody of high ranking that's like, so he's got like this very authoritarian type of impact.
And then when you go into the American version and it's like, Superman, justice, it's like, oh, you fucking lost me, man. Like, it's not fair. But, there's a lot of them that kind of just lose their way. And One Punch Man, in my opinion, the dub is just, it lost its way.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you couldn't, like, he's monotone.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, somehow, they gave him an emotion, almost. Which is hard to do. You know what I mean? Someone who's supposed to be motionless, like,
playing total 1,000-yard stare.
Somehow, in the English version, it sounds like he has emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like in everything he says, I don't like it.
It's like somewhere along the lines, the essence of what that character is may have gotten lost. I'm not saying that it was gone, but just got lost. We got Julio replying. It's funny because in the new movie English dub, he does the. Oh, so I guess in some cases you gotta like really just let it go and just give it a shot, or maybe.
I get tickets for the Broly movie, by the way, for you and I.
What happened?
Sold out.
I figured.
I'm so mad.
I figured.
So mad. I'm gonna have to wait now.
I mean, like when.
I'm gonna have to wait, Raven. You know how much that hurts me?
When I first heard that they were gonna play the first Naruto movie, where he had the Rainbow Rasengan or whatever in the snow, whatever, I was like, hey, you know what? I might want to go check it out. And then the day of the showing, there's like a massive line. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should wait. That might be so. Yeah.
I'm so mad. I really want to watch that movie.
But hey, once it comes out, you can get on Blu-ray.
Oh, dude,
Buy it from Amazon and then support the industry.
oh, dude, buy the fuck out of it.
Dude, hell yeah.
Honestly. Broly, man.
I mean,
Broly.
the animation looks spot on, as we've been saying, endlessly. The animation.
He shoots a fucking beam out of his mouth.
It's a Gallic gun out of his mouth.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
dude.
Man, he's literally just taking hits from Super Saiyan God Vegeta like nothing.
It's like, oh, hey, can you please stop tickling my shoulders?
Come on.
I've
man.
already worked out on them. Please.
I can't wait to see that. Honestly, I really can't wait to see it.
It's looking dope. This is looking dope.
I know it looks dope as shit. But there's a lot of animes out there that just don't translate.
Yeah, there are a couple out there that are just like, you know what? Just watch the sub version.
Well, jumping ahead a little bit because this was a major fight that happened. I know you don't keep up with fighting, but John Jones, you know who John Jones is?
I've heard of him. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so John Jones had a fight this weekend.
Okay.
Did you hear about everything that happened with that?
I heard that he got tested.
And he popped,
Yeah.
basically, for picograms of Turnball,
Uh-huh.
which is what he got popped on last time.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you don't know, the fight was originally going to be in Vegas. He popped. They found picograms, which is the same amount, if not more picograms than what they found in his last test. So Vegas didn't certify him.
Mhm.
They didn't give him the license, but California did. So they moved the fight from Vegas to the Forum in LA in a week's notice.
What?
Exactly, a week's notice, okay? So knowing that fact that John Jones has popped for drugs, for Turnaball, for a steroid.
Yes.
They still allowed him to fight. And he won. Okay? In my opinion, I don't think he's a champion at all. Because if you popped on a drug test, then
You popped on a yeah.
You pop, you're no longer eligible to fight.
Yeah.
You pop, dude. Why the fuck are you a champion? It sucks, man. It's honestly a shame that they're allowing this guy to be a champion right now.
I mean, like, if it's a governing board, is MMA, right?
Yeah.
So if the MMA has its own governing board to dictate, like in Nevada, he popped, he's got the picograms in his system, he wasn't allowed to fight. Shouldn't that decree also be sent out also to out to like the California as well?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's all one single thing.
As like literally as a league in general, as a sport in general with MMA, it should be held accountable for every single state, but it's not. It's each state's basically determination of what they want to do. Hence why in I forgot what state it is where they're allowed to have what is it, bare knuckle boxing?
Oh yeah,
have you seen that?
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, it's like one state where they allow it, so it is state by state. It really is, but it sucks because we all know that John Jones is a false champion.
Yeah.
He tested dirty, 100%. So how do we justify that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we give him the belt that he beat Alexander Gustafsson, and it's like, oh yeah, he's a champion? No, he's not.
Yeah.
Not much better. But honestly, it's like one of those things. Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that he counts as a champ. It's just something that bugged me over the whole break. It happened on Saturday, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, how are you gonna give him the belt? You can't.
Hold on, we're having a little bit of mic issues, I think, on your mic.
My mic?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Let me switch mics.
And we're back. Okay. Oh, I turned it off. by accident. My bad.
It seems like we're having a little, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, really? So we're having a little bit of a mic problem on my original mic, so I'll just keep going. Okay, so mine's going. Oh, we're still live? We're still good? Okay. But John Jones definitely shouldn't be given the belt in any way, shape, or form. He popped on a drug test. He doesn't deserve it. It's a shame. It's honestly a sham. Yeah, I totally agree. Better? No, it's still fucked up. Okay, I'll keep going. But it's one of those things, it just sucks. I might have my mic in my bag, honestly. I might actually have my mic in my bag. Give me 1 second. Go ahead. And what? Okay, let me finish this then. So John Jones doesn't deserve it. And in that meantime, Amanda Nunes beat Chris Cyborg Sanchez. Knocked her the fuck out, man. Like, cleanly knocked her out. It was amazing. You trying to switch out the cords right now? Yeah, sorry, guys. We're trying to go through this microphone issue, but it's still me. It's fine. I'll keep going. But, yeah, Amanda Nunes won. Now she's a champion. Beat the fuck out of Cyborg. Knocked her the fuck out. Yeah, that's her name. Chris Cyborg Sanchez. If you saw this chick, if you saw this girl, she is built. She is built. If you haven't looked her up, look her up right now. If you're listening in, look her up. She is built. That woman is a unit. She is built as fuck. And she hasn't been really defeated in years. So her to get knocked out the way she did was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So good on Amanda Nunes. But
I think we're good now. Yeah, it was the.
So what happened?
I think it was just the cable itself that was being a piece of crap.
Oh, so you need a new mic cord?
No, I have plenty at home. It's just this one I think finally crapped itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's some that sometimes just break,
mm-hmm.
And it could be just the twisting of the wires or some came loose.
It happens.
But yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Continue.
Well, you're back. But other than that, no, I just wanted to get into that really quick. But did you hear who jumped on stage recently? Louis C.K. And they literally had all his stuff.
I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
He recently did a stand-up at the Governor's Lounge or something. Yeah.
Honestly, I'll speak frankly. I'm not a fan of what he did. I will never justify what he did. It's fucking disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross. I'll never justify that.
Agreed.
But honestly, funny. I listened to it. It was funny. It was very, very funny.
Well,
basically, Louis C. I found it, the little thing. It says, Louis C.K. jokes about non-binary people and school shooting survivors in comedy set.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
I listened to it,
That's
okay?
a tender topic.
I listened to it. If you're a sensitive individual, not for you.
Okay.
If you understand the concept of a joke, fucking hilarious. Hilarious. It's so funny. And I think a lot of people are standoffish about it because it is Louis C.K. And he kind of had a gross moment there.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fucked up. But honestly, still funny. I still found it funny. Like, do you think he can ever make a comeback?
I mean, like, as time goes on, maybe if he redeems himself in some way. I mean, like, it's really hard
What's
to say.
What's it going to take for him to redeem himself?
I really don't know, because that's the thing.
That's a hard one to come back from.
Redemption, when it comes to people, redemption is very... It depends on each individual person, because, like, for you, maybe that was enough enough time had passed, and he...
Not necessarily, because it's not like I'm
not saying you specifically, but, like, for one person, maybe it's been long enough, and for another person, it's like, it's not long enough. He still needs to wait. He needs to apologize. It's like, to each person, it could be a different thing.
Yeah, it can be each their own, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, but depending on what he did, because, like, when it came to, like, a very, very sensitive thing that happened with, the 2001, it took a couple months until, I think it was the governor or the mayor, Chris Christie, he was on, I think, late night show, and they were doing something, and he cracked a joke about it, and that was like, okay, this is now we're good. Now we're good.
So it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, everyone's just trying to attack Louis. Yeah, well, it's this outrage culture we have right now. You know what I mean? It's an outrage just to say what you want to say nowadays. So, but again, it's a very different circumstance because it is Louis C.K. What's his name? What's that actor on that political show on Netflix? He got accused of sexual misconduct too. Kevin Spacey.
Oh, Kevin Spacey. I think he got charged.
Yeah, but did you see? He got charged, and that day, he released some creepy, weird video as him as Frank Underwood. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It's fucking creepy.
We got Julio chiming in. I agree with you, Josh. Dude is funny, comedian, shitty individual. And it's going to be a few years before he gets back on anyone's good graces.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sense.
Absolutely. And he's going to have to take his licks right now. And
he's like, hey,
especially with the culture we're in right now, with this severe outrage culture and people just lashing out out of nowhere. It's definitely, harder for him. It's going to take him a long time. And I don't think we're all in a space to forgive him right now because it's still fucking gross. But I think it's okay to appreciate his joke, but not him as a person. It's like the same way people kind of okayed XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
He beat the fuck out of his girlfriend. We cannot deny that.
Of course.
Cannot deny that.
No question about it.
Beat the fuck out of her, okay? And people still listen to his music.
I still
so
praise
what's
it,
the difference?
Even me.
Exactly.
I praise his music even though he's a piece of shit.
As an individual, he was a piece of shit, and I will say that to this day. As an individual, he sucked. Yeah, he was making changes, but he was still a piece of shit. There was no way I was going to ever forgive him for that.
100%.
That's a fucking terrible thing he did.
100%.
But musically, we all kind of forgave him about that.
Yeah.
So Louis C.K. being as disgusting as an individual, and even though he kind of admitted to it in his jokes, it's still disgusting what he did. It's weird as shit. It's really weird. It's really gross.
I guess when it comes to certain things...
But I think as an artist, you kind of have to respect the art, the craft.
Yeah, I was going to say that. When it comes to certain things, like with comedians or artists, actors and such, when it comes to you as an individual, that's going to be... Any consequences that happen is going to be upon you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your art or what you do... That's going to be seen as a separate thing because at that moment you're not yourself. You're portraying, you're telling jokes or you're acting.
It's only when the two tend to mesh together, and you're no longer separate. Like prime example, Kanye. Kanye, he is a very good artist musically.
Of course.
Musically, phenomenal artist. He has some weird shit on the side. He has a lot of issues, but now it's all kind of blending together.
It is,
and it's starting to get a little worrying. It's starting to get a little fucked up. So that's when it no longer is okay, when it's like, okay, can someone help Kanye? Like, honestly, can someone get Kanye out?
Apparently, he's going to be on Joe Rogan.
I know. I'm going to listen the fuck out of that one. You have no idea. I want to see what he says. I honestly want to see if he can justify what he has to say.
I want to see what Joe's going to do if he's going to offer him some weed. Because Joe, he's always smoking. He's always on something.
Always chilling on something.
So it's like, okay, Joe, you're gonna be doing your thing. You're gonna be asking your questions, seeing what you do. Let's see how he reacts, how he responds.
Oh yeah.
Like seeing how Elon did, and then the way that they both talk to each other, or at least the way that they talk on Twitter.
And dude, and with comedy, it's one of those things. And with it here, I wanted to show you this article. So it goes, now that we're talking about Louis C.K., it's also comedy. People don't know when to take a joke as a joke. So Hassan Minhaj, I don't know if you know who that is. He's a comedian. He had an hour-long, basically, I'll call it like a special, but it was more like a one-man show. He has a show now, and he did an episode of his show where he was hypercritical of the Saudi kingdom and their actions and everything they did. Netflix took off that episode because the Saudi prince, the Saudi...
the government themselves.
Saudi government said it was too critical
of the prince.
Of the prince, of the
prince.
family, of the royalty. It's fucking nuts, man.
I mean, like, when it comes to situations like that, it's a real tough situation to see what it is because, A, you have the freedom of speech laws and all that, but also it's in a separate area. Was it just blocked in Saudi Arabia?
No, they took it off completely.
Okay, in that case...
From what I read, I think it's, like, completely taken off their site. I have to look it up myself on Netflix to see if it's still there.
Okay.
But from what I read, yeah, that's about it.
Because okay, that's a very weird situation because Netflix has every right to do anything they want to
protect their stuff.
To any of the content because it's a private company. They have the right to refuse to service anybody.
Absolutely.
But the real question is, does an external government have the authority to
remove it?
Not to remove it because they
dictate what they do.
To highly suggest to a company like, hey, can you do this for us?
I don't know, man. That seems like a dictation to me.
Like,
hey, this is hypercritical. Can you get rid of this? It's not, hey, can you get rid of this? It's get rid of this. There's a big difference there, man.
Yeah,
big difference.
It's definitely questionable, especially with the things that have happened recently in that area concerning journalists and other big topics. It's really questionable to see what is actually happening behind the scenes. Is that government actually doing things to Netflix or like, hey, if you do this we'll give you this, or what's actually happening that's making Netflix remove it? Because the government told them to remove it. What is going to happen to Netflix?
What's going to happen to Netflix?
Netflix is a U.S. company.
Exactly. What's going to happen to Netflix?
And as far as I know...
So it's more of like you have this platform, which is Netflix, and you allow comedians and anyone who has the capacity to be on a show or on their own special, whatever it may be, to speak freely. As long as it's not hate speech or anything fucking outrageous, most of the time they're going to allow it. It's Netflix. It's an open platform. If they produce it and they make it, they're willing to put it out. So you produced that episode of his show, of Hassan's show.
Yeah.
You knew what the fuck he was saying. Stick to your guns. Don't take it back because now someone got mad.
That makes total sense.
Honestly. Stick to what you said.
I'm like, if you already have the content and you're the one who's producing
you
it.
Put your name on the title of the show. Netflix presents. Stick to what you said.
Yeah.
If you're allowing the person who's on your show to say what he's saying, then stick with it.
You know what this is going to push for? Torrenting.
Yeah.
This is going to get out on Pirate Bay or somewhere like that, and people are going to start watching it. Because the more you try to silence it, the more people want to know what is he saying. Like with this, the whole thing, that happened, I want to know what is being said that made the government say, hey, you guys need to remove this. Previously, I didn't even know about this guy. Now that this whole thing happened, now I know this guy. He's just going to get... It's like a Barbra Streisand effect.
Yeah.
I was
going to say, I just
couldn't
remember it.
Don't see my house. And now
everyone knows where your house is, Barbara.
Everybody knows exactly what it looks like.
Everyone knows where it is, Barbara.
Way to go.
But it's ridiculous, man. If you're going to say it, if you're going to have someone say it on your network, if you're going to have someone say it, and you're going to produce it, stick with it.
Yeah.
Stick with what they say.
If you pedal back, it's going to be like, okay, you know what?
You can't backpedal. Nowadays, you just can't. There is no backpedaling. Everything has a digital footprint. There's no backpedaling. If you're going to say it, Netflix. If you're going to back your person, you're going to allow your person, whoever it may be, to say what they have to say on your platform, back it.
Yeah.
Don't take it down, back it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's already, you're the ones who are literally making the whole thing, so it's like, come on, you can't say, no, we don't want...
For me, it's just like, the fact that they took it down is just like, okay, come on.
If it was like, let's say, I don't know, Jeff Dunham, and he's doing his own special on his own terms, doing his own thing, and he submitted to Netflix saying, hey, can you guys put this on your system? Then Netflix has the option to be like, you know what? Nah.
No, because of this.
Exactly.
No, because of that.
Exactly.
Which they do all the time. So if you didn't like that episode, if you didn't like what he said, then you could have said, hey, man, you got to edit that out. How hard is that? It's called post-production.
Yeah.
Every single television network, movie production has post-production. You have to see what you see at post-production. So if you didn't like it, cut it.
Yeah.
You worked in the industry. You know they have another 15, 20 minutes of another thing just to make sure they can cut something and fill it in with something else.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to post-production, I mean, like, when you're making just a movie, the movie's like 2.5 hours long. You have about 12 hours of footage.
Yep, that you have to break down.
Minimum.
So you know what you're seeing.
Exactly.
So there's no excuse. You can't just take it down post because we don't like it. It's too late now. Come on.
Yeah.
If it's a YouTube video, YouTube has the right to do it because they don't have consent to what goes up. It just goes up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? YouTube has every right to do so unless they I backpedal.
The EU where it's like, hey, you know what? You guys got to screen and everything. And
have you heard anything about that? Is that still like all fucked up?
Apparently, it's still going through.
Wow.
So it looks like
what is it? Article 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's still going.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I honestly that really is still shocking that it's still happening.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, how is it possible that they are so backwards as far as they don't? From what I've heard, like the actual YouTubers who are asking their representatives in Parliament about like this whole bill and everything, they don't even know what's happening about.
It's ridiculous, dude.
So
it's so
like,
bad.
Apparently, this whole copyright thing is supposed to be for the people, but from what it seems like, it's actually the music companies and them.
I will have to say this though, YouTube has been. I know we're on YouTube, but I'm gonna say it. YouTube has been copyright striking so many people though.
Yeah,
so many people.
Well, it's not necessarily YouTube; it's the copyright system itself.
It's so fucked
that everybody can just like, oh, here, boom, copyright.
It's so shitty.
Copyright.
You're forcing YouTubers to now have to do Patreon in order to make money because they have a following. But now, if I use that song, I'm gonna take money off that. Like, I used one cutscene from this. How is that possible? No, sorry.
You don't get money from the individual person. You get from the views.
Yep.
And it's not from the views specifically. It's the advertisements that arise from the views.
Exactly.
So it's like when you have these views that are being watched, but because of X thing, a 2-second clip that is being claimed, you get none of it unless you actually win it, but not even you get that money because it's like it's very confusing. And it's like, okay, you're trying to make content, you're trying to put out your own original stuff. You do have some people that are just complete assholes that put up just the song itself.
Who cares? Yeah, they do that all the time. Yeah,
those guys, okay, it makes sense. But when it's a guy who's making a music video, or not music video, but making a like gameplay or something and puts music in the background.
Even us. Yeah. Even us. As a podcast, we even struggle to put up a video. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to get taken down for copyright infringement.
Exactly.
Even the songs that we play in the opening, unless it's an artist that is okay with it and we have something like Iram or Iram.
Yeah, Iram.
We had played his stuff last time. Well, that was his artist name was Iram, remember?
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, we played his song. He allowed us to do so. But if I want to play anyone else's song, even past 10 seconds, we can get copyright stricken.
Oh, yeah.
And then whatever we get off that is now gone. Or our video gets taken down in general.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's a terrible system. It can just take one guy going, I don't like that. Copyright. Oh,
that's
someone else's video.
That video is on hold, and it's not like you send a appeal, and it's not like it has to be done immediately. The other party has a week to respond, so that's a week of your funds are being held.
It's ridiculous, dude.
It's like what's going on?
It's ridiculous. And then the company itself can, whatever it is, can just be like, you used our content for X amount of seconds, we're gonna take it. Like, that's our stuff. We're gonna take all your money from that. Sorry. It's like what.
They could either like take it down, have the money be sent over to themselves, or be like, hey, you know what, just leave it up.
I forgot who it happened to, where they had this video. I forget, it was one YouTuber, where they had their whole video. They had gotten the views. They had like 1.8 million views. And then the company, where they showed, they were doing a review, right?
It's something.
It was something like that. I think you saw it with me. Where it's like they were doing the review, and there was like, and they copyright striked me. And all that money that I made off it, gone. Literally, just overnight. Just like, sorry, that's ours.
There were also a story where some artist got copy striked for his own song.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what?
How the fuck does that happen?
Oh,
so, like, it's making it even difficult for people like you and I who are starting out just to put up a video. You know what I mean? Just to like, hey, man, we're going to put this up, but we can only play it for 10 seconds, cut out the audio, and you guys have to see it yourselves.
Yeah, it's like we got Evil Hero saying, what's up, dude?
Oh, what it do?
But yeah, I mean, like you got like people like us. We're not using music.
By the way, that's the guy. That's actually a very big deal that we have Evil Hero in the chat.
Oh.
That's the guy from TikTok.
Hey, what's
the
up,
guy that I
guys?
told
What's
you.
up? What's up?
What's going on, man? By the way, you're listening. We're going to have you on very soon.
Yeah.
The equipment we needed was sold out. So possibly next week or the week after, please come in. Or not come in, but I'll hit you up on Instagram. Evil Hero, check him out. He actually has some good content.
Okay.
It's an amazing story about this guy, honestly.
Okay.
It's an amazing story how he literally developed his content.
Well, let's have him.
I know, I'm
explain
going to
it.
wait. But it's like, oh, man. Honestly, he came in. I was like, dude, you got to be on the show. Like, it's remarkable.
Hell
So
yeah.
literally the one part we needed was sold out. What's
He
up?
just hit 108,000.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Congratulations,
man.
my dude.
You're coming in literally in 2 weeks. I had to look it up on Amazon again, the part we need, because it was sold out. Well, we had this discussion.
Yeah.
It was sold out like a motherfucker.
Everybody wants to be a
Everyone wants to
Twitch
stream
streamer
now. But so we have to get that part. The second we do, you're coming in, Evil Hero. So everyone stand by. We're going to have Evil Hero on very soon, and it's going to be a very exciting moment. It's going to be great. And we're just very lucky that the fact that he's agreed to be on the show as soon as he can. It's so nice.
Many thanks.
Many thanks to Evil Hero for even just being on the stream right now. It's awesome. But
it's like we got people like us. We're doing our podcast. We're putting out content, but we don't want to have just silence in the background.
yeah.
We want to have something playing, so it's at least a little bit enjoyable. And it's not like we're trying to make money off of the music itself.
No, we literally just want to have
sounds
like
good.
Oh hell yeah. So very soon Evil Hero will be coming in hot 2019.
So yeah, we're not trying to make money off of the music itself. We're just having it as just background.
Yeah, because we used to do that. We used to be able to do that, and then at one point, I forgot what happened, but we were like, okay, we're actually getting close to getting copy stricken, right? It was something like that.
Yeah, so we had been playing some lo-fi hip-hop in the background early on.
Very early on in the podcast.
And we just had it playing because, we didn't know any better. And as I went to look back on the videos, it showed that those first like one or two videos that got copy striked or not copy striked necessarily,
but taken down.
They weren't taken down. They were claimed.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, they were
claimed by the original person, but they were okay with it because I'm guessing they saw that it's podcast, they're talking,
exactly,
they're not just playing the music.
And it was just like, really, like we can't even have it on in the background. We can play a song for 10 seconds, and then we got to take it down. You know how insane that is?
It's like
you know how many good songs that we want to play but we can't.
Oh, tons. I mean, like songs that we've learned that we're just starting off discovering new artists, past artists. It's like we want to be able to I have a huge musical repertoire that I want to be able to show it and I guess share with the audience. But it's like you can't really do that.
And it's like YouTube's system with the copywriting is it's really jacked up.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's no bueno.
It's just that's something hopefully 2019 they can figure out.
I don't know. I mean, like with Article 13 coming in, they're just going to basically be cutting off the entirety of.
Yeah, they got to make money somewhere now. They're losing an entire side of the fucking world.
They're losing
honestly,
a whole continent.
They're losing a whole continent. You know,
and it's not like
how insane that is for a company to have to announce to the company at their board meeting. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys,
their user base in general. But think about the board meeting. Like, hey guys, just letting you know. We might lose the EU. PewDiePie.
Yeah, we always forget about that. PewDiePie's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's going to be... I mean,
you think PewDiePie makes a switch to Twitch?
Well, he's already been on Twitch.
But, did he get taken off?
No, I don't think so.
But I'm saying, do you think he makes, his own platform? Do you think that if it gets taken down that he goes somewhere else?
The thing about the platform thing is that right now there's only one sort of iffy competitor, and that's Vimeo. And it's been around, but there's a lot of problems with it. Not necessarily problems per se, but the way that that people consume content off of it is way different than YouTube. So for people to go from YouTube and switch over to Vimeo, it's going to be a huge shift. It's going to be very, very difficult, especially
I remember that. I remember when that was coming out. I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I mean, some people use it because you can upload high def content or have it content locked that you have to. For filmmakers, it's really good for that because then only certain people are allowed to watch it. You give them the code, or you pay $5 and you watch the short film. It's like, okay, you know what, fine. But for the average person, they
not
just
really
want to get content.
Yeah, they just want to watch their stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So if YouTube does go through this, because it's still a big if at this point with Article 13.
As far as I know.
As far as I know too, I'm not quite sure. I don't do a lot of research, you know that. But you know,
We
it's
do
one
what
of
we
those things
can.
we got to see what happens. Yeah, this is a very low research podcast. We do like 10 minutes of research. Like that's about right.
It's mainly Reddit. We kind of find our stuff on Reddit and send it, and just like,
Yeah.
hey.
So
let's
if you're
talk
coming here
about
for
this stuff.
facts, turn the other direction. This is
Or
just
at
us
least,
speaking on it.
Not necessarily turn the other.
Not necessarily
direction.
facts. Yeah. Sorry.
If you're looking for facts, listen to us for the topics, and then
Do your own research.
Yeah.
Like we know a brief amount. We know like the basis. But check us. Like, hey man, hey, that's not right. Tell us.
Yeah. If
Tell
you
us we're not
if
right.
Something's like we're talking about something, and you know exactly what's going on. Pull it up. We'll talk about it as well and give our own 2 cents. And
Did you watch Infinity War now that's been on Netflix?
no, not yet.
Not yet. How? I've already watched it like 4 times.
I've been busy.
I've been busy.
I've been doing other things, man. Like, just fucking watch Tommy Boy.
I know, I know you haven't seen Tommy Boy yet until now, but it's such a good movie. I can't believe you waited this. Tommy want wingies. It's so good.
If what's the tagline on the movie thing? If your expectations aren't met, lower them. So it's like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
If you're first you don't succeed, lower your expectations. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's about right.
It's Tommy Boy. That's fine.
Sounds like our podcast. But
Oh boy.
Joking.
That hurt a little
Joking.
close to home.
shot in the mouth to ourselves. But well, honestly, man, it's just you have to watch Infinity War. Finally, again, it's on there.
Oh yeah.
have to
Well,
watch
now
it.
that I recently got a new TV because my old one.
Oh,
finally
yeah. How do you like
crapped
it?
out. It's good. It's a
Well, it's a new
Samsung
TV.
32-inch 1080p. I bought it for like $220 on sale, so it's a way better TV than my old one.
I
So-
didn't tell you I got the Switch. I finally got the Switch. Phenomenal system.
Oh, speaking of, I have it with me, so I can give you Diablo.
Oh.
So you can know how to play it. So there you go. Yeah, dude, how you like it?
Dude, honestly, it's a fantastic system.
What you been playing?
Well, I got one game for it. I got Dragon Ball Z, Fighter Z. Finally.
How is it?
Dude, it runs so fantastically. It's so nice. Honestly,
I'm
it
telling
runs
you, dude,
so great.
Did you download Fortnite?
I did to
You
try
tried it out?
To try it out because it's the first free game.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
it. Again, I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. I literally got
Nor
into this
am I.
conversation with
Nor am I.
somebody. Not like who was it? I won't say who it was. Remember they walked in, you were here.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, "Oh, you guys play Fortnite?" No, we play actual games.
Yeah.
But it's not like a bad game, but it's such a low risk game. It's a
an
low
easy
reward
point
game.
Easy point of entry.
Yeah, it's like a very low reward game. It's like, oh, I got to kill. Oh, I died. I got to restart and try to get, a victory.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a free game. You can't really, deny it. But at the same time, it's
The thing is, people freak out. Like, I'm really glad no one's really hyped up about it anymore, honestly.
Did you not see Ninja New Year's?
I did.
Oh.
But the thing is,
what a mega cringe.
the
Dude,
thing
my
is, it's
liver
so
exploded.
funny. Oh, yeah. The thing is, slowly, I think 2019 is going to be the year we no longer hear about Ninja. Honestly. Because
2019
Fortnite, even with their Season 7 release, whatever it was, I saw it, I looked at it. It's a winter pack.
I think 2019 is going to be finally the year that the game industry wakes up.
Yeah. Well, after the hard 2018 they had.
Unless it goes into full crash mode.
What would take it to full crash, you think?
1983, remember the first video game crash?
Oh, yeah.
The thing that saved it was, I think, the NES and the Pac-Man.
Yep,
I
that's
think
true.
Unless the video game companies, because apparently
So, okay, as...
Activision Blizzard just recently fired their CFO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I did not know that.
Undisclosed reasons.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
All right.
And there was a recent Reddit post that was posted to WoW.
Mm-hmm.
Got over 103 gold, over 20 platinum, and over, I think, 73 silver awards of people like...
Yeah, I know.
Of basically of a guy criticizing and calling out Blizzard about WoW.
Fuck.
So it's like you have all these people giving...
People are pissed.
They're
People are
pissed.
mad, man.
And to get those awards, that's actual money.
So what do you think it's going to take for the industry to redeem themselves this year?
Either a hard crash
Mm-hmm.
or...
But what do you think is going to cause a crash?
Well, it's not that it's causing. It's already happening.
Well, it's already happening, but what do you think is going to be the final nail in the coffin? In your honest opinion, as someone who knows the industry fairly well, I would say. You know it fairly well. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it more than most. What would you, in your own opinion, be the cause of the last final nail in the coffin for the industry, honestly?
It's really
I know it's a hard question.
It's hard to say because it really depends on releases.
Mm-hmm.
Because as of right now,
there's certain titles that can redeem it, and there's certain titles that can really fuck it up.
It's not necessarily redeem it because it's an industry wide problem.
Yeah.
That all like there was a from that same post on Reddit, it was a GM, an ex GM from WoW, was posting on it and said that it went from the company being about we want to make sure that we can provide as much as possible to the player, make sure that they're having as much fun as possible to what's your gamer score or what's your like customer service score. What's your score on return on time of tickets that are submissions and stuff? So it went from a company of providing for the player to just metrics.
Yep.
And it's going to take...
Which I understand because it is a company. It does happen. But when you lose the passion within the game itself that you're producing, the content you're producing...
pizza parties and free drinks and hanging out to you need to pay for your own drinks. No more pizza parties. No more hanging out. Just focus on your work.
Yep.
It's going to take the industry to realize that that's not what we need to do. We cannot be just this company who's just doing the work and just pumping it out. You need to be able to have that
You
passion.
can't, for game designers, it's really, you can't be drones.
Yeah, you really
You
can't.
can't.
Because if you're a drone and you're a game designer who's acting like a drone, then you're just going to make a drone of a game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a game that people
Hence,
want.
76.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
It just keeps coming up.
I had someone try to justify 76 to me, and
you
I went, you can leave.
You cannot justify
You
that.
can't justify what they did, honestly. You can't justify what they did. It's ridiculous. Oh man, I'm gonna leave 76 in 2018 because honestly, that just was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was like
Bethesda right now is probably, if not one of, if not the company to watch for, because depending on what happens with Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6,
which one's the one that had to get rebooted 3 times or restart
76. No.
Wasn't it? No, it was Elder Scrolls, right?
Or
was it Starfield? Starfield had to be rebooted 3 times, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they're still working on it. So it's like, okay.
How bad is a game content where a game in general where they have to restart it 3 times?
In some cases,
3
it's
times,
not necessarily
Brandon.
that it's bad. Sometimes it's just you found 3 ways that it doesn't work. So you have to look at it in a way that it's like, okay, it's not working out. We're doing a lot of work, but it's just not doing it well. We're gonna try another way. That's normal process.
Wasn't it Starfield? That's basically built on the same engine as 76.
It's built on all the games have been built on the same engine.
Yeah, on the same exact engine.
Since I think Morrowind.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it was. I couldn't remember it earlier.
Morrowind.
Yeah, Morrowind.
Since then, they're using basically the same engine, which is not a bad thing because. Apparently,
it's not a bad thing, but things have developed since
other
then, man.
companies are using the same engine without problems. So Bethesda themselves are their cause.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not.
Well, we can clearly see that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So seeing how they've handled 76, which was horrendous. How are they gonna treat Starfield and also Elder Scrolls 6?
With a lot of TLC at this point, man.
They're gonna have to.
They're going to have to
really go back to the drawing board and see what made people want to play their game.
And I think it's weird. I think 2019 for industries, I think the game industry really needs to revamp. It really needs to pick me up.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have to say the movie industry, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of the trash movies they've been coming out with, just it doesn't make sense, man.
I mean,
like they don't care about what we want anymore.
Sherlock Holmes, the most recent Holmes and Watson?
8%, man.
People were walking out.
They walked out of the movie. How bad is a movie where it's the first day and it's already getting like 5%, 8% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Was it Will Ferrell? He picked up a turtle. It's like, what stupid dog is this?
Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me.
That's the line. That's the line, my dude. That's the line.
It's Sherlock Holmes. Well, come on,
Apparently
dude.
It's
honestly like
gold.
it's man, it's really sad to hear that.
The number 1 movie of the season. The number 1 piece of shit.
Yep. Terrible.
Garbage.
It's so bad. I think that's another industry that needs a kick in
I
the fucking
agree.
pants, man.
If you look at movies from the past, they were made as an not necessarily all the time as an artistic.
Well, dude,
but they
think
still had
about
a lot of artistry.
Think about even the movies. Did you ever see that docuseries that I told you about, the 7 that came back or the 5 that returned?
Yeah.
So that's my prime example. Even the comedy movies they had and the dramatic movies they had and the uplifting movies they had, Yeah, back then it was a lot low budget, I would say, but they worked what they had and created epics and phenomenal movies and everything. So even then, with the amount of content you had, you still had to create great environments.
Exactly.
So now, none of that original idea and that original feel or that passion in the movie, Last Jedi, is exactly what we're missing, man. Honestly, it's exactly what we're missing. And with Jordan Peele doing Us, I think it's a step in the right direction.
About to say that.
And I think we need more directors who are willing to take risks and not care. Because the thing is, like, I'll say it, Last Jedi was just a money grab.
I don't think it's the directors.
It's also the companies and the studios.
It's
also the companies and the studios.
Producers. Because they're the ones that
they have the money.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think there's no passion behind the movies nowadays. Look at The Meg. The only reason why The Meg did well was because it did well in China.
And
Internationally. It did very well internationally.
I guess.
And it's like, if that's what you're going for, then produce them for there.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't like them. They're bad movies.
The
Meg was a shit movie, dude. I watched Rampage. What the fuck? Can The Rock stop acting? I don't care.
That was such a disappointment because it was one of my first video games that I ever played.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with the game. Nothing. It was nothing to do with the game. It's like they just needed the title.
Apparently they're doing
even fucking what's
Uncharted.
the robot movie where they were boxing?
Real Steel?
Real Steel. That is Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It even says that in the credits. We know as people they couldn't call it Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
You know they're coming out with Uncharted. With Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston playing who?
I don't know, but he's in it.
Bryan Cranston being the fucking adventurer, or Bryan Cranston being his cohort that's always on the walkie? Yeah.
No, I don't think he might. Maybe he's Sully or Nathan. I don't know. I don't think it's Nathan. He might be Sully. But I mean, like seeing how Assassin's Creed turned out. Seeing how all the other video game movies have turned out. I mean, like there maybe has only been like one. Okay, like Warcraft,
not even. I wouldn't say
Warcraft was like the only good movie.
Warcraft, I feel people didn't get enough credit because it's the original Warcraft.
Exactly.
And everyone expected World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that
even I was mistaken.
Yeah,
but that was because I've never played WoW.
Yeah.
Or even the original.
Dude,
Warcraft.
I played WoW and like I saw the movie and I went, "This is awesome. This is great."
I saw the movie and like, "Yo, this is fucking awesome." Even though I thought I was.
I think it's because of that movie where international meant more. Because after that movie, it did terrible in the U.S., but internationally it did phenomenal, and it was one of the first bombs that did well overseas. Because that's what I remember.
Transformers 2?
Transformers wasn't a bomb though.
Not the first one. I mean the one where is it Age of Extinction where they did it over in China.
Oh yeah, that one did very well.
Exactly.
But remember, what was it?
Paul Rudd?
No, was that before?
That was way before.
Way before?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Extinction was way back.
Yeah, that was, huh? Yeah, well, that movie did pretty bad, too. No, I think Warcraft was in between that.
No.
Yeah.
Extinction?
Extinction with the robot dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... No. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to look up when Warcraft came out. I think that came out first, man. I'm like 99% sure.
Warcraft, when did that come out?
I'm looking it up right now. 2016.
2014.
Ah, shit. Okay, fine, you win.
Boom. What's
you
up?
win. Okay, you win. But honestly, it's like they got to stop producing movies for international.
Well, you can still make movies for international if you release them internationally.
Yeah.
And like really market it heavily
internationally.
If you're going to market a movie heavily over here, then make sure that the movie you're trying to release is made for our market. We don't care about what was the one, the Great Wall? The Wall?
Oh, God.
It visually looks stunning because of the director and what he's known for. These massive sets, lots of people, phenomenal. The monsters and the whole plotline, garbage. Absolute garbage. So if you want to release a movie with those type of visuals, so be it. Make sure that the story, which is what we like, we want content, we want stories.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the industry, the movie industry itself, thinks that we've gotten dumber, which we have. But the thing is, we still want to be entertained. We still want to enjoy spending our $20 fucking dollars, but don't insult us. And Sherlock Holmes is that. Yeah. Don't insult us. Yeah. We still know when a bad movie is a bad movie. Honestly, we're not as dumb as you think we are.
And they thought it was going to be great because of Step Brothers.
Yeah. But the thing is,
it's the guys from Step Brothers.
It's going to be
so
good.
Much room.
Nope.
Garbage.
That's hot garbage. I don't have a need to see it, honestly. It's a terrible.
I was already had a feeling that it was.
I already knew it was gonna be bad anyway. I just didn't want to see it anyway.
I guess or
And then you saw Aquaman, right?
yeah. Personally, I thought
Without giving anything away.
I won't give it away. I won't give the actual plot line or anything. Personally, it was visually good. It would look great
Compared to Justice
else?
League,
of course.
much better.
Yeah. You
Okay.
could, like at the when he actually gets the suit,
Mm-hmm.
looks good. Looks really good. The Trident looks good. The whole like him acting and being the Aquaman. Phenomenal. Absolutely great. He perfect Aquaman. Perfect Aquaman. But it was cheesy. It was
Really?
cheese. There was some cheese in there.
Well, the thing is, I think it's because Aquaman himself is a cheesy kind of character. You know what I
wasn't
mean?
necessarily him.
Okay.
It was the
The
plot,
situations?
the things that were happening. The one thing I will say,
Okay.
3 surprise attacks from this far away. From
Okay.
so you're just like talking and
Yeah,
then,
they can't. The audience can't
okay,
see how far
okay,
this far
so
away
maybe
is.
about 3 feet away.
Okay.
So you're talking, and then you're standing next to a statue. It explodes out of nowhere, and you're like, "What's going on?" It's what? There's like a meeting happening in this very secret place,
And then a bomb goes
Submarine-
off.
No, submarine appears. The fuck? Where did that happen?
So certain shit like that just didn't make sense.
It was eventually explained, but it's like, yo, you can't explain it 20 minutes later. If you're gonna say, "Oh, hey, we're gonna have this
So,
secret thing happen,"
As a character, very good, but movie-wise,
yeah. This movie, I mean, like as far as Aquaman is concerned, it's one of those that's like, hey,
Okay, where do you have to rank it? Between Wonder Woman, Justice League, Batman v Superman, Aquaman, where does that one go? As like number one being what, and then where does Aquaman? Where does it follow?
well, if you want
As of now, what would your order be?
if Wonder Woman was a 10,
Mm-hmm.
BVS or Justice League was a 5, and BVS was a 0, this is probably like a solid 6.5, 7.
Not bad.
It's not too
Okay.
bad. It's not garbage.
That's a good ranking for
it's
that
not
one.
phenomenal.
So you think
but
it's
it's-
definitely a step up from what they produced?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a step up.
down from what they're capable of with Wonder Woman, but definitely a step up from their shittiest one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because at least with this one, you have a pretty decent start, middle, end, full through.
Dude, I got into a heated debate about this whole DC universe right now and
Oh,
everything.
It's all over the place.
They really need. I don't understand how they just thought, okay, we can just put out Batman and no one needs to know. Because the problem is we don't know which fucking Batman this is.
Okay,
we
well-
have no clue which Batman this is.
if you watch Aquaman, his enemy,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be disappointed.
Oh no way! Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna ask. Well, tell me
Because-
off screen, off mic. But really?
A little disappointing.
Okay. Fuck.
'Cause you got Ocean Master,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay, I'll see it.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Where are we out in time right now?
108.
108. All right, you want to start wrapping this one up?
Yeah.
Okay.
probably.
So it's 2019. We're gonna have bigger and better moves coming for you guys.
Yeah.
We're getting that part. Literally, Brandon's gonna do some research, gonna figure that out. We're gonna hook up his camera, my camera, whatever it is, and we're gonna have our good friend and our first guest of 2019, evil hero of TikTok, coming on. Okay, we're very excited about that. So stay very, very tuned. We're gonna
Yeah.
be coming in. We're gonna have more stuff on our Instagram too. We're pushing this even more so. 2019 is gonna be a brand new year for us for the podcast, and we're excited. We're really excited, and we're doing everything we can at this point. Once again, we'd like to thank Ed from Explosive 8 Burbank for hooking us up and letting us record here. As always, we always appreciate it. Come down, support the shop. But other than that, Brandon, I see you're feeling better a little bit, so you'll definitely be on next week, as always.
Yeah.
Even though you said you weren't going to be here in a capacity, but you actually spoke more than you thought, man.
Yeah.
But anything you want to add?
Just looking forward to the next show and looking forward to our first guest of the year.
First
And
guest of 2019.
just gonna see what the year brings.
Exactly, man. So, as always, we'll be back next week. And like we always say,
Just be real.